Hey guys, Wrestling Throwdown here. I'm Haley. I'm here alone tonight because Joe is busy with his Strike Zone stuff, but that's alright. I'm gonna blaze through this. I'm actually pretty tired today, so just blaze through this. It was actually their No Surrender pay-per-view last night. I guess I didn't even know it was their pay-per-view because they don't even have pay-per-views anymore, really. Obviously, I mean, they're on TV and they're for free, so I really don't even know when their pay-per-views are. But yeah, it was technically their pay-per-view, their No Surrender pay-per-view. And you expected it to be good, and you would hoped it would have been good because obviously of what Raw's been in the past month. But it wasn't bad or anything like that. I don't know. I feel like some of the matches I think people overhyped, like the Bobby Roode versus Lashley. It was good, but people acted like it was like some really great match, and I was just like, it was good and everything, but I'm just like, I wouldn't go like so far into saying that it was great. I would say it was a little bit above average though. It was good. It was good for TNA. But other than that though, like their tag team match and everything like that, that was their weakest one out of the three. So that's why I kind of was a little bit disappointed when this is supposed to be their pay-per-view. So obviously this is supposed to be good, a good TNA. And actually, to tell you the truth, I actually thought it was better than Raw, definitely, because they obviously closed the show with a main event match instead of, Mark Henry and Rusev segment ceremony thing going on. I don't know what the hell you want to call it, but yeah, it was obviously better than that. So they actually closed off with the title instead of, just having some random segment that wasn't even good. So yeah, I will give TNA that. I think TNA has been better than Raw, and that's actually saying a lot because TNA has been kind of in a slump, obviously because they're switching channels now. They actually got a channel now to promote their show because they were obviously in a pretty bad spot. So they're actually getting better now, bringing back the six-sided ring and everything like that. So good for them. They do have great talent, and that's the thing about TNA. They have great talent, and they actually use the people that WWE messed up, like EC3, for example. I think WWE really messed up with him, and they really do a great job with him. And same with the knockouts too. They don't base it on looks. They base it on wrestling ability, and that's what I love. Okay, so first is the Knockouts Battle Royal, and this was for the #1 contender match. I think everyone's seen this coming. Obviously, Havoc won. I think everyone's seen it coming. I mean, I don't know if they were trying to act like Velvet Sky was going to win because you know how she won the calendar thing. I think was it last week? Last week, and then she was in the final too, obviously, this week. I don't know if they were trying to get us excited to think that she was going to win the whole thing or something like that. But I knew Havoc was going to win because obviously her and Gail are having some problems. Gail wants it no other way. So I do think Gail's probably going to lose, though, now after this. And I like Gail and everything like that. But, Havoc, she's really... A lot of people are really crazy about her, and they think that she's are so excited that she's there. And she has a good look to her. I like her, So we will see what she can do. I definitely think she can be a good knockouts champion because I think she is going to obviously beat it off of Gail Kim. Now she might not do it this month. I still think she's actually going to do it the next time she faces her, but she's definitely going to do it in the next few months. I would say that she's definitely going to beat Gail for this title. But other than that, it's pretty much that. She pretty much destroyed everybody in that battle royal. It wasn't even a contest. It was pretty sad, actually. But, yeah, that's pretty much that. She has a good look to her, though, so I like her. We'll see what she can do. Gunner backstage with Samuel Shaw. He talks about he wants him to start seeing a therapist again. And Samuel Shaw's just like, no, not really. I don't want to do that. And Gunnar says, well, you know, that crazy girl, Brittany, she really likes you. You know, you should take her on a date, you know, to get your mind off some stuff. And Shaw goes, I don't really want to. She's not, my mind is on somebody else right now. And, you know, call me crazy, but I think the way he's acting towards Gunnar, he's doing some weird stuff. They're just doing weird stuff. I think they might actually turn this into like a gay storyline, and you know, have him, you know, obviously be with, you know, Gunnar. And I mean, they've done lesbian angles before and everything like that, but they've never done a gay angle, and I think that this could be very interesting that they do this. You know, because, you know, he's showing him attention, so, you know, that's maybe might be his reason, you know, we helped him out, so he started. And then the whole thing when he put on his suit and everything, too, you know, his army stuff and everything, that's obviously, I mean, I don't know if he just wanted to get a feel for it or something, but he's doing weird stuff. He's really doing weird stuff, and how he said, I have my mind on somebody else. Who else can it be? I mean, we haven't seen, I mean, unless he's going to go back to Chrissy Hemme, but we haven't seen her and him, you know, talk since he apologized to her, like, what, 3 or 4 months ago? So I don't think that she would be that. I mean, unless it's just some random girl that they're going to add into the storyline. But he hasn't seen anybody except for Gunnar, and that's why I think, and he's been helping him and everything coming to the matches. I mean, yeah, he's been costing him matches, but he's trying to help him and everything win, and he obviously ends up costing him the match. And that's the whole thing too with Anderson. You know, Anderson's obviously back right now, but Anderson could get involved in this for however long he's here for. I'm not really sure, but he can get involved in this, and Shaw can say, "Oh, I'm jealous and everything. I'm going to beat the crap out of Anderson because he's, you know." I don't know though. I think they're actually going to do something with this. I think Shaw is going to actually try and get Gunnar. I'm dead serious. I think I can see it happening, and I'm a fan of it. You know, it's going to be interesting. I like Shaw when he has that crazy gimmick to him, you know, and he's abnormal and everything. This face turn's not really working for me. I mean, he could still be a face, but he needs something where he goes crazy and stuff. That he needs, you know, obviously a love connection kind of thing, going obsessed with someone, obviously. But we will see where that goes. Next, MVP and Kenny King come out, and Chris Melendez comes out, and they talk about how they want him to join them, and like he can get on their good side. They're like, you don't want us on your bad side and everything, so you need to, you know, just join us and everything like that. And he says no, he doesn't want to. And Kenny King gets upset and says, oh, you think you're too good for us? You think you're too good to carry, you know, Bobby Lashley's bags? And he's like, I never said that. And they attack him. And so Kenny King versus Chris Melendez starts off. And Chris Melendez wins, like who I thought he was going to win anyways. He's obviously going to be on a winning streak. Then Kenny King attacks him after that. And Anderson comes out and saves him. Now, wasn't Anderson supposed to be gone? Wasn't he, I don't know if someone gave me a false information or what, but my website didn't say anything about it. And, you know, other people, my other wrestling buddies were telling me that, like, it was all over the web. And I looked, too. I looked on a couple different websites, and it did say that. But it wasn't on my website that, you know, is like 99.9% true all the time. So that's why I was just like, I don't know if he really is. I don't know, though. This could have been a Bully Ray thing, because Bully Ray changed his mind at the last minute. He's doing taping still. He's doing, I don't know if it's just a, you know, finish up this tag team, you know, thing they're going on, but he's back and he's doing tapings. He's obviously there on tapings. So he's not going anywhere for right now anyways. I don't know how long that's going to... So maybe that's what happened with Anderson. Maybe he's changed his mind at the last minute. And, I mean, it must be nice to say that you're going to quit and be done, and then you can just come back whenever you want. I mean, I wish I could do that. That'd be pretty fun. But that's all I got to say. He's lucky he still has a job. And nothing against Anderson and stuff like that and Bully Ray, but it's just like, well, Bully Ray I can understand. Bully Ray brings them ratings and stuff. And obviously they need him for the tag team title thing. So obviously I can see them, accepting Bully Ray back. But Anderson, it's just like, unless he never quit, unless those were just, I don't know, just floating around in the air, unless he just... So, but he's obviously back for the time being. I don't know how long he's back, but I was shocked when I seen him. I'm just like, wasn't he supposed to be done in September? But I don't know, because they already taped this, like, what, 4 weeks ago? So maybe he is still done. I don't know. Maybe this is one of his last appearances. All I know is he's supposed to be done now. Like, September was like the end of the mark for him. So who knows? I don't know. Maybe he will only show up like once or twice more and then be done. Maybe we're just behind on tapings and he hasn't technically left yet. Or he could be back. I don't know. I thought it was interesting that I seen him. But yeah, MVP obviously too is healed. He hasn't been on crutches in a while, so his K-Fed injury is healed. Kenny King, I want to talk about Kenny King for a minute here. Oh, this guy is just a douche. I don't like his character. I don't like anything about him. People really liked him. He was in ROH, I think. I think someone told me he was in ROH. I didn't really watch him in ROH. I really just cared about the big people in ROH. Now I'm actually starting to really watch ROH. I mean, I watched it before and everything like that, but I didn't even know. Someone told me, Xavier Woods was from Ring of Honor, and I never knew that either. So, but yeah, I guess he was from Ring of Honor, and a lot of people were excited to bring him up and everything like that. So, but I mean, WWE is bringing all their Ring of Honor, the good ones, up in their rosters. So you think that if they didn't grab Kenny King, there's obviously, and Xavier Woods, for example, he's at the bottom. They don't even know what they're doing. I mean, they still might do that whole, destruction. I think it's called something. That whole group that they need to do, but with him. But other than that, they brought him up too early, and now they don't know what to do with him. So it's just like, not all Ring of Honor guys are great. There is going to be a small amount that is not good, and I think Kenny King, I don't know. He's good for a mid-carder, I would give him, but I don't know. I just don't find anything special about him. I think he's just too cocky, too arrogant, and he kind of reminds me a lot of Davey Richards, actually, to tell you the truth. But I don't know. I'm not a fan of him. I know quite a few people who aren't a fan of him either. So there's only one person I know who really likes him, but he hasn't even really talked about him lately. So I don't even know if he likes him anymore. He was real excited though when he seen him coming up and everything like that. So I don't know. We'll see. I guess maybe because he's with MVP that people have some hope in him. I don't know. But we'll see. I'm not a fan of him though. Homicide versus Samoa Joe, and this was for the X Division title. And Samoa Joe wins, of course. We all seen this coming. He's going to hold it for a year, and he's going to beat Bobby Lashley. I can already see it. I'll lay money on that right now. That's exactly that's not spoilers or anything like that. I haven't even checked the spoilers. Trust me. That is my complete prediction. So I don't care if it doesn't happen or not. It's like that's obviously what they're setting up for it to be, because I don't see Samoa Joe losing anytime soon to anybody, unless they have him lose to like James Storms maybe, or like Sonata or something, like after they have their whole group thing and everything going. I'm not sure, but I don't think he's. But anyways, he goes to give Homicide a handshake. I like Homicide too, by the way. Homicide's one of my favorites in the X Division. And he, obviously James Storms comes out and they attack him. Now, they're all wearing blue. Is that like their whole gimmick kind of thing? They're both wearing blue? So is that what it's going to be now? Like, their color's blue, so every guy that they redo, it's going to be blue. And that's the thing, too. I thought they were going to redo Homicide, but they didn't drag him out to the ring. Maybe that'll be next week. Who knows? They still could redo him. I do think Homicide's going to be one of the ones they redo. It's pretty much the X Division, though. That's what they're working on. They're working on mid-carders. I think that's actually pretty cool because the X Division, I think, needs work. That belt is so ugly. I agree with you, Joe. The belt's ugly. Oh, it's hideous. But, yeah, they were all wearing blue. I don't know what was up with that. I don't know if that's their new gimmick now or what. And Manic, obviously, now this is kind of surprising. He actually still had a mask. So I thought that he was going to drop the mask. I thought they were going to redo it with Avi. He looks the same, I mean, except he's wearing blue. And he has a little bit of a different mask. That's pretty much what I see there. They didn't really do, I mean, Sonata, they actually did different stuff to him. They actually, you know, made him look different. But Manic does not look different. I mean, he was pulling off his mask in his house or his cabin, whatever you want to call it. But, yeah, he was pulling off his mask, so you would think that he would be without a mask when he shows up. But, no, he's still with a mask, but now it's blue, so I guess that's the whole thing. I don't know, but I do have faith in this group, though, because James Storms, he's not interesting, and this has been, like, his whole thing. Like, I actually really like what they're doing with him right now. I'm not a fan of him or anything, but this is actually working for him. This is good for creative. I don't know if this was his idea or their idea, but it's actually working because it fixes two things. It fixes him, and it fixes, you know, gives him something to do, and it fixes the X Division. I mean, the X Division, I feel like it's died down. I think I told you guys this in a few videos ago. I think the X Division has just died down. It's just not good anymore. I mean, they got rid of Chris Steven, Alex Shelley, and that's the guy who I was thinking of. I remembered his name this time. Another one of my favorites. I mean, so many others. And, you know, people are saying, oh, yeah, you have Samoa Joe still, but it's just like Samoa Joe is getting up there, and he's getting boring. He's getting tiring. I don't really want to see him. And I know a lot of people still like Samoa Joe, but not me. I'm going to be the negative Nancy right now because I don't like him at all. But, yeah, it does need work, and I do like that they're doing this whole thing with James Storms. I think this could work. I like this whole little group thing, how he's dragging them to the back. Whoever loses obviously gets pinned by the X Division or whatever, any kind of X Division match that has to do with the X Division title. Obviously, they're dragging them to the back and redoing them. And I do think Homicide is the next person to do that. I don't know how big this group's going to be. I don't know. But obviously, they're working just on the X Division, at least for now anyways. I mean, they could move up or something. I don't know. But for right now, they're obviously working on the X Division, and I think that's a very smart idea. A little backstage segment. The Wolves just say that they're going to win and that their time's going to come. And, you know, this is their turn now because their interviewer, I forgot what his name was, but he pretty much asked him, he's just like, oh, well, are you guys nervous? Because Team 3D won once and Hardy's won once and you guys are the tag team champions and you haven't won any yet. And they just said, oh, that doesn't matter to us. This is going to be our night. We're going to win tonight. And that's pretty much all they said there. Another backstage segment, Bobby Roode and Eric Young talking backstage. And Eric Young's just like saying that, oh, I hope you're, you know, ready for this because, you know, everyone's going to be on your coattail pretty much after you win that title. And Bobby Roode's just like, oh, I know they will, and I hope they do. You know, and he just says he's ready and everything like that. And Eric Young wishes him luck, and that's pretty much that. I actually have a feeling that Eric Young might turn heel from this. I'm not sure. I just have a big feeling. I don't know. Because I feel like with the whole friendship thing, usually always one turns on the other. Bobby Roode has just turned face. He really hasn't been a face lately. And Eric Young hasn't been really a heel yet. So I think they might like set this up for like jealousy thing. But I don't even know if Bobby Roode's going to win the title because like I said, I still say Samoa Joe's going to hold it for a year and Bobby Lashley's going to hold it for a year. And obviously Samoa Joe's going to turn in the X Division on him and win. So that's obviously what they're setting up for. But we'll see. I really do hope that Bobby Roode still does win the title eventually in the next few months, but we'll see. Okay, the Wolves versus the Hardys versus Team 3, and this is a ladder match. Now, like I said, this was not, I mean, it wasn't a bad match or anything like that, but the last match was like so much better than this. Like their other two were so much better. I don't know if they just got lazy and they didn't want to do any hurt or anything, or they're setting up for obviously the Bound for Glory match, their final match, that's going to be crazy, and so maybe they just wanted to have like a little break with this because they've just all been having really good matches. I don't know what their whole idea was for that, but I mean, it wasn't a bad match. I'm not going to say it was a bad match. It was just, this was definitely the weakest one of the three. I expected more from it, but that's pretty much that. It was actually pretty short too. It wasn't anything special. Nothing really memorable. The other two were way better. That's all I got to say about that. I actually think the Hardys are going to win this whole thing, just because Team 3D, I mean, they could too. I definitely don't see the Wolves winning. I don't think the Wolves are going to keep it. I think it's definitely going to be a title change. I mean, Team 3D can win it, but the whole thing with Bully Ray right now, I don't know if he's just in it to finish up the tournament and then be done, or what he's going to do actually. So I do see that the Hardys are going to take the titles out of all this. This whole thing is done. Yeah, that's what they say though. Their final match is supposed to be at Bound for Glory, and I think that's like October something, October 16th or something like that. That's obviously their big pay-per-view, and they're gonna obviously tape it in Japan. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. All three good tag teams though. I got no problem with Eddie Edwards. I think he's great. And Davey Richards, yeah, he's talented too, but I just can't stand him. But yeah, I'm not gonna be biased or anything like that. You know, they're all three good tag teams. So, Bram versus Gunner. Now Samuel Shaw comes out, and obviously he accidentally hits Gunner. He's trying to hit, obviously, Bram, and he hits Gunner, and Gunner gets mad. He hurts his ankle or knee. I think it was something like that. It was something on his leg he was holding, and he obviously got mad at Gunner. Gunner got mad at Samuel Shaw, and Samuel Shaw was, trying to apologize and everything like that. And Gunner just left on his own terms, and that's kind of what I see happening here with this whole storyline. Like, Samuel Shaw's trying to help him and everything like that, and Gunner's just like, get away from me. And eventually he might hurt his feelings almost. I feel like he might hurt his feelings and stuff like that, kind of like Christy Hemme did. And he's going to be like, oh, fine, we'll keep it business. We won't be friends anymore. And then, like, if someone, like, talks to him, maybe he'll get crazy jealous and attack him, kind of like the whole Christy Hemme thing. But I think this could be good. Their relationship is interesting. That's all I got to say. I mean, they might not go for what I think they might go for, but it is interesting. The relationship is getting a little interesting, and something's going to happen, obviously, in the next, hopefully, few more weeks. Maybe at Bound for Glory something will happen. Gail Kim, just her thoughts on Havoc winning, and she says that she's not scared of anyone, and she really likes it, and she's just like, I don't care that she wants the title. The whole way she went about it was wrong, though. It was messed up. She tried to hurt me, and I don't like that, so, bring it, and blah, 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 and I'm ready. That's pretty much what she says. That's all pretty much there. So they're probably going to have their match at Bound for Glory, too. Bobby Roode versus Lashley. Now, this obviously, people hyped up this match, said it was like so amazing. Okay, so out of a 10, I'd give it like a 6.5, maybe a 7. I mean, it was a little bit better than average. It was good. It was watchable and everything like that, but I think people just, I don't know, overhyped this whole match. And obviously, Bobby Lashley won. Everyone could see that coming too. Halfway through, the ref kicks out Kenny King and MVP out. And it's funny, too, because Kenny King comes back, obviously, and helps Lashley, and the ref acts like he does nothing about it. It's just like, and I'm just, at first I thought, wait, did he just kick out MVP? But Kenny King disappears after that. So obviously he kicked both of them out, but he didn't do anything when Kenny King came back. And it just makes no sense. Obviously this whole thing was staged, obviously. Totally set up, like, I mean, obviously, but it's crazy. It's just like they couldn't make it look a little bit better. Obviously, they know who's going to win these matches ahead. I mean, that's why it's wrestling. But I still love it and everything. But, I mean, I just don't get it. Like, they could have made this look a little better, not just the ref just looking at Kenny King going, like, that's exactly how I looked at him. Like, oh, I don't, like, what do you, like, he didn't say, oh, get out of here or anything. I mean, he could have made it look a little bit better. He just stared at him. And it was just like, are you kidding me? But the whole, it was just crazy. But I do think TNA was better than Raw. I definitely will give it that. I hope their Bound for Glory pay-per-view is really good. I don't know how well it will be because I still do think, I think it is still on TV. I think it is still going to be on TV. I don't think they're going to have it. I know it's still going to be taped because they're taping it in Japan. So, I mean, they could still have it. That is their one pay-per-view, so they might have it on, obviously, to order it. But obviously, you can find a stream and watch it for free anyways. It's not that big of a deal. But, I don't know. I still feel like it might be on TNA. I guess it just depends on how much money they have. So, and what they've taped so far and whatever. But, that's pretty much that. Nothing too big on TNA last night. Nothing big happened. No title changes, nothing like that. Just the same old, same old. No one turned heel, nothing real big or anything. Just an average show. I guess I'll give it a 6.5 or a 7 out of 10. Something. It's pretty much like the main event. It's pretty much, it wasn't bad or anything. It was just average. And I mean, that sucks too because it was their pay-per-view, and you know, I did kind of expect a little bit more. I feel like if that double team match was better, and if they would have just did a little bit more with the main event, it could have been a really good show. But everything was pretty predictable, and that's, I mean, no one likes predicting shows. Everyone likes shockers and everything like that. So I don't know. Hopefully, we get some shockers at Night of Champions. Maybe. I don't know, but I mean, that's, I don't know. I don't even really feel like I'm excited for Night of Champions anymore. It's just gotten kind of blah. I don't know. Just, I mean, like half the matches are just like storylines that were just thrown together and everything like that, and it's just ridiculous. And that's kind of what they did with TNA too. Like only, like what, 2 matches were actually like made. I mean, I guess you can count the Battle Royal too, but other than that, all the rest were just like, oh, and I guess the X Division too, yeah. But all the rest were just pretty much, well, they really didn't have any more much matches. But obviously the Kenny King versus Chris Melendez, that was just thrown in. And Gunner and Bram, that was thrown in, obviously, but yeah. And the Battle Royal thing was actually just thrown in last week, so it really wasn't anything special. So, I don't know. But, I mean, TNA wasn't bad. I'll give it that. It wasn't bad. It was definitely better than Raw. Definitely will say it on a positive. It was definitely better than Raw. But that's pretty much that, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow us on Twitter, and if this is the first time you're watching it, you like what you see, join our Facebook group, and that's pretty much that. I will see you in the next one, and thank you all so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Bye.